Today, Doug Flutie gets his first start at quarterback at Sullivan Stadium as a New England Patriot. As a collegian, he worked magic here for Boston College, and the Patriot offense needs some of that badly right now. Can the New England defense slow down rookie running back Ickey Woods of the Bengals? He blasted through the Jets for 139 yards last week. But the prime mover in the 6-0 Cincinnati success story has been quarterback Boomer Esiason. He hits Eddie Brown here. One of 15 touchdowns he's thrown. That's 6 more than the Patriots have scored as a team.
The National Broadcasting Company presents the National Football League. Today from Sullivan Stadium, it's the Cincinnati Bengals versus the New England Patriots. Brought to you by Michelob. One taste will tell you why the night belongs to Michelob. By Mitsubishi Motors, who invite you to come see the full line of cars and trucks. Mitsubishi, suddenly the obvious choice. And by GTE. At GTE, the power is on.
A good day in New England for this football game matching the Patriots and the Bengals. Temperature in the 60s. No threat of rain as people are turning out in sellout force to find out what kind of a team the Patriots really are. Good afternoon, everyone. Don Criqui with Bob Trumpy. Every week, the doubters wait for the Cincinnati Bengals to falter. And every week, the Bengals play inspired football and win again. 6-0 now, Trump, best in the NFL. Last year, these same guys were giving games away. Do you see any signs they might crack?
Well, Don, I think that is the big concern by the Cincinnati Bengals coaching staff is the intensity level there every week. It's very difficult to be intense and up at the bit, as they used to say, when you watch the New England Patriots practice. But this week in Cincinnati, there were 2 fights in practice by Cincinnati Bengal football players. Sam White, the head coach, tried to break one up. They ejected him, threw him right in the bushes. So it does appear that the intensity for the 6-0 team is there.
Nobody can figure the Patriots. They opened the season blowing out the Jets. Last weekend they went to Green Bay and were humiliated by a previously winless Packer team 45-3, one of the worst defeats in the franchise history. What does New England have, and is Flutie the answer?
Well, they are going to go with Doug Flutie today at quarterback, and in my estimation, Don, it puts a great deal of pressure on a guy that in New England is a legend here. Doug Flutie can do no wrong, and I don't think he can do any right in this game. Against the Cincinnati Bengals, that's a very good pass rushing team, and the problem is not the quarterback here, it's the pass protection for New England. It's their inability to run, but still, it all falls on Doug Flutie's shoulders.
Well, we're set to go now, and this kickoff is sponsored by Budweiser, the king of beer. Garcia hits the ball well into the end zone, and Ira Hillary has counseled not to bring it out for Cincinnati. So the Bengals, with that superpower offense led by number 7, goes on offense 1st and 10 at their 20. Esiason plays behind what might be the best offensive line in the NFL. They really take care of him. James Brooks starts this week. Terrific player out last week with a hand fracture. Quick healer, Trump. He's back already.
Well, when you're 6-0, you don't want to stay out of the lineup because it's all fun out there.
The tackles here are phenomenal. Munoz and Walter. Absolutely superior. Whole offensive line is strong. On 1st and 10, Esiason gives to James Brooks and a good stick. Ed Reynolds, inside backer, makes the pop for the Patriots. No gain, 2nd down and 10. And it looks like the Patriots have shown up with a game face on.
Well, they almost have to. And they do play a lot better in New England than they play anyplace else. They're 2-1 at home, 0-3 on the road. And for the Bengals, their problem is they have really stumbled in a couple of games at the outset of the game. Last week they gave up 9 points to the Jets before the Bengals scored.
Sam White said, good teams come back from adversity, and we're a good team after that comeback. And here is Esiason throwing down the middle. It's intercepted. Rembert picks it off for the Patriots. So New England gets the big play early from linebacker Johnny Rembert from Clemson. Wide open, running in the secondary was the super fast Tim McGee of Cincinnati. That's only the 4th time all year that Boomer Esiason's been intercepted.
It's a nice deep drop by Rembert. Bengals running a deep crossing pattern. And Rembert's right there underneath Tim McGee. That would have been a very tough completion for Boomer Esiason to make. Ickey Woods makes the tackle out of bounds. First break of the ball game for New England. And the Bengals did not want to start now with giving New England any psychological advantage. Already a big turnover.
Now they start out first possession at the 32-yard line of Cincinnati. Flutie, hands off. John Stevens, the rookie runner, cracks into the defense of the Bengals and hits down to the 28-yard line. Got about 4. As we look at the Patriots in offense now, Leon White made the tackle. Doug Flutie getting his first start at quarterback at Sullivan Stadium as a Patriot. Terryman, a second-year back from Michigan, and John Stevens, first-year runner from Northwest Louisiana in the backfield. Cedric Jones starts for Stanley Morgan, who will play. Interior line, some changes. Danny V is out at left tackle. Mike Babb, the former Cleveland Brown, is at center. And now they go second down and almost 6. Flutie hands off to Perriman. Good cutback run, and Perriman takes it down to the 18-yard line. And he's ahead for a New England first down. So the Patriots capitalizing early. They've not scored yet, but they're certainly in position. David Fulcher having a superior season at strong safety. 33 made the tackle. Brumrye, one of the best nose tackles in the league. McClendon and Scow, the defensive end. White, Sander, Kelly, and Reggie Williams back the line. Williams, a 13-year veteran from Dartmouth. Phillips and Thomas at the corners. As right now the Patriots stack 2 people left. First down play, and Flutie's yet to throw the ball. Goes to Stevens. Wide receivers block down. Stevens takes down tacklers. And Stevens hits down inside the 15-yard line, where Eric Thomas, a cornerback, finally got him. And on a first down run, he is down to the 11-yard line.
Don, when you start your offense on the plus side of the field, you've got all plays to run. See Steve Grogan, number 14. He's calling the offense. Tony Eason, man in the jeans, he's signaling the offense into Doug Flutie. Raymond Berry on the sideline. Steve Grogan is not a coach, but I do think that uniform is a disguise. He's now more of a coach than he is a player.
Flutie is not popular with a lot of his teammates after crossing the strike line, but he will be popular if he can get this team out of its offensive slump. As on that time, the run by Perriman is shut down by the Bengal defenders. And now we have 3rd down and 4 coming up. Big play for Flutie and the Patriots. Doug Flutie's yet to throw the ball.
Coming into this season, the biggest problem I think the Bengals felt they had was their defense. And yet in the first 6 games, their defense has been put in positions like this, and they've responded. Done a great job. Now 3rd and 4 after a turnover. If they can keep the Patriots to just 3 points here, it's a big neutralizing factor for the Bengals team.
Shotgun set now for Doug Flutie and the Patriots. There, wide receiver. Flutie calls his own number. Penalty marker goes down, and Flutie is crunched down at the 8-yard line. A called play, but a marker was thrown in by the umpire standing back there behind the linebackers, and it could very well be a holding call against the Patriots. Now they seem to think it's against Cincinnati.
They got enough for the first down.
Holding it is, but...
to the hand, 69 defense, a shot to the face, 5-yard penalty, or half the distance to the goal line. First down.
Gene Barth, the referee. So the Patriots now have the ball placed inside the 5-yard line of Cincinnati.
That's part of the Flutie factor. He's a very good runner. Now this is designed all the way. This is a quarterback draw from the minute it's called in the huddle. Actually, the Bengals do a good job of stopping it before he gets to the end zone, but with the penalty, 1st and goal.
No score, but the Patriots challenging early in the game. 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Stevens, the rookie, head on. He gets down to the goal line, but not in. It'll be 2nd and goal from less than a yard away. David Fulcher saved a touchdown, if but for the moment.
Some people think the Patriots, when they get down in this position, sacrifice a certain amount to defenses in that they constantly run the sweep. They don't ever really go right at the defensive line.
New people now. Trump coming the defensive front of Cincinnati. Eddie Edwards, the veteran from Miami's in. David Grant, a rookie from West Virginia, goes in. Goal line defense. And big, huge Jason Buck from BYU as a down lineman. Goal line defense. Linebackers jump into the gaps. 2nd down and goal from a yard away. Over the top. Ball in the end zone. Touchdown. Stevens recovered for the Patriots. Robert Perriman was hammered, lost the ball. But John Stevens, the rookie running back, was right there to get it on the one hop, and he scores his first touchdown in the NFL.
Well, if you ever wonder if the ball's bouncing your way today, watch this. Hits right on the point, comes right up in the chest, almost like a handoff to Stevens. 6 points.
Leon White, number 51, was the man who came over the top and popped Perriman. Now the extra point by Garcia is up and good. And with 10:08 to play in the first quarter, the Patriots, the underdog in their home field, lead 7-0.
Of New England this year. Cincinnati on the other side of the coin. They faced a lot of adversity in the first 6 games of this season. A couple of goal line stands, turnovers. They don't seem to get down on themselves. That's the big change in this football team.
Well, they take pride in it now. Sam White's talking about adversity and good teams coming back from it. Esiason with that left arm throws to an open man. Rodney Holman is tight end is across the 45. Knocked out of bounds at the 47-yard line. And so on a 1st and 10 play, the Bengals hit for a 16-yard gain. Fred Marion, the free safety, made the stop for New England.
Have not seen to this point any at the line of scrimmage offense that they used so very much last week against the Jets. And Chris Collinsworth into the ball game. Tim McGee out. This is a very complex offense, although it's been cut down about at half from last year.
They're trying to isolate Eddie Brown. They have 2 wide receivers set to the near side. Brown is the second one up. He's awful tough to cover deep. They're playing way off. As Esiason takes a look. Goes over the middle. Dumps it off to Ickey Woods. Running hard. He cracks again. Down inside.
Fumble.
Free ball. The Patriots have it. 2 possessions. 2 turnovers by the Bengals. Fred Marion and Ed Reynolds were the men who combined on that. Reynolds made the stick, and Fred Marion came up with the ball. So rookie Ickey Woods comes off the field, having turned it over. There is a penalty marker down, though, Trump.
Little dump pass over the middle. Woods normally very sure-handed, but watch Ed Reynolds. Big hit, strips it away. Fred Marion makes the recovery.
Johnny Rembert got some of them, too.
Could not hear Gene Barth's call, but
offsetting penalties after the fumble recovery. And there's a 7-yard fumble return by Fred Marion. And so the Bengals with the best offense in the American Conference and the Patriots with a lesser defense in the conference. All of a sudden, New England stood tall in this one, taking the ball away twice in as many possessions for the Bengals.
Look, I don't think it's a bad idea for New England to be stripping the ball away from the first quarter to the last quarter. Try to get the turnovers. When the Bengals don't turn the ball over, they're very difficult to beat.
Lody's not thrown the ball yet. 7 plays, 7 rushes in the first drive that led to a touchdown. Hendon, another run, nothing there. As the Bengals come up, linebackers hitting. Jim Scow, a defensive end from Nebraska. Number 70 was the first tackler. Robert Perryman carried the ball. And so there was a gain of only a yard. That'll make it 2nd down and 9. We have 6 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the first quarter. 7-0 New England.
Head coach Sam White's talking to Ickey Woods. That's Stanford Jennings, 36. Jim Anderson, the backfield coach. They don't want Ickey to get out of this game mentally just because he fumbled the ball.
Oh, you're kidding.
Bengals have trouble stopping the run. They're allowing 4.3 yards a rush to the opposition, and that's what the Patriot game plan quite obviously is. They want to have long, sustained drives, just banging the ball. John Stevens got the call there, knocked down by the middle of the Bengal defense, led by Crumry, the nose tackle. Doug Flutie came out of Boston College his last season there in '84 when he won the Heisman Trophy. As you see Tony Eason and Steve Grogan waving plays in. Raymond Berry impassive, at least outwardly.
Well, inwardly, too. He admits that. He's the true administrator. He just stands back and lets other people do the work.
Winning head coach took over in the middle of the '84 season. Flutie ready to throw. Here's the rush. He throws a low pass. He had an open man, but a poorly thrown ball to Irving Fryer in a crossing pattern, and it's incomplete. And that brings up now 4th down and 5, and the Patriots will have to punt the ball.
I don't mean that as a criticism of Raymond Berry, that he's a true administrator. He stands back and lets everybody else do it. He's performed absolute magic for this New England Patriot football team in previous seasons, although now He's being questioned by a lot of people. Raymond, do something. He says, you got a suggestion? What? What? I'll do it.
Jeff Peagles in to punt the ball. Eddie Brown in to return it, both from the University of Miami in Florida. Here's a high punt downfield. Eddie Brown fair catches it, loses the ball, and falls on it at the 20-yard line. Got about 3 yards on a return he didn't want, going after the loose ball. Just a 32-yard punt. Dennis Gadboy was down to cover. So with 5:27 to play in the first quarter, the Patriots continue to lead the game 7-0. A fumble recovery in the Cincinnati end zone by New England running back John Stevens accounting for the score. Johnny Rembert set it up, intercepting Boomer Esiason's throw on Cincinnati's first possession. Esiason, big, strong, and very mobile, 6'4", 220 pounds, averages 5.5 yards a run if he has to.
Spread formation here. Brooks at the top of the screen.
Right back to Woods, who you recall fumbled his last carry. Aaron Barris shuts him down. Barris had a tremendous year in '87. Has not had that good one so far yet in '88. But next to Bruce Smith of Buffalo, he's probably the best defensive lineman in the AFC.
Out of Chillicothe, Ohio. Yes, excellent. I think now the Bengals are realizing that the New England Patriots are not as bad as they look on film. Scott McCummins is shock to him.
If you watch the Packers, maybe you shouldn't have watched that one. Green Bay beat New England 45-3. Handoff, and Ickey Woods running hard, takes it straight at the New England defense and gets out to the 34-yard line. A 13-yard gain and a first down. Ickey Woods, Trump comes from Mean Streets in Fresno, California. Said the gangs up there had machine guns and grenades. That's what kind of folks he grew up with.
Now this is 2 straight calls now by Sam White's giving the ball back to Ickey Woods, who fumbled it. It's a call that most players like. Don't lose confidence in me, coach. Give me that ball again. And they have 2 straight times.
A true running rebel. He led the nation in rushing last season for UNLV. First down and 10 as Esiason on a quick out. Guns the ball in the flank. It's caught by a tight end, Jim Riggs, and he's out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. As again we check the scoreboard with 4:07 to play here, and the Bengals trailing the Patriots 7-0. Houston has scored in a Rozier run. Extra point no good. Cleveland up on the Eagles on a field goal. Phoenix on a Lomax pass has gone in front of the Redskins at Washington. Phoenix with the second most productive offense in the NFL behind San Francisco. Green Bay got a touchdown run from Fullwood, who tore up the Patriots last Sunday. Second down coming up now. 6 to go for the first down for Cincinnati.
Got a referee's timeout.
The perfect day for the game. Temperature in the 60s. Wind not a factor. No threat of rain.
Reset the 30-second clock back to 15 seconds. 15 seconds.
Want them to reset the 30-second clock back to 15 seconds.
Okay, we'll do that.
Reset the 15 seconds. Thank you.
Sam White looking on as the Bengals now have second down and 6 coming up. Eddie Brown in motion. Handoff goes, and running hard is James Brooks. Tremendous back from Auburn. Comes in averaging 5.5 yards a rush this season, and has caught 11 passes, 3 for touchdowns.
If you can see that left hand, he has the cast on it. Broken metacarpal, and the protection is in the glove, not the tape.
And 75 eligible.
He's a very, very difficult guy to keep out of the lineup.
75 eligible.
Game of attrition as the season wears on. Bruce Kazurski, the center from Holy Cross, playing with a separated shoulder for the Bengals. Reimers and Montoya the guards. Munoz and Walter are the tackles. Handoff goes to Ickey Woods, and on 3rd and short, he breaks it just enough for the first down. So the Bengals keep the drive going, trailing New England 7-0 with 3 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the first quarter.
So far, if you're to pick somebody out on the New England defense that's playing very well, is Ed Reynolds, 95. He reads the play correctly. The guard comes out. Kazurski, the center, comes out and gets him a little bit, trips him up. He assists on the tackle, but not before Woods gets the first down.
Esiason comes in with a quarterback rating of 117.3. Nobody in the league is close to that. He gets time, and there he goes on the run, dumping it off. A nice catch made by Ickey Woods, running in the open field at 230 pounds. He has speed to go with it. He can break tackles, and he can run in the open field. And Ickey Woods getting a low-thrown ball, picking up off his knees, and he goes 25 yards, and the Bengals start to mount their first challenge of the game.
Patriots doing an excellent job in coverage. And the groove 50 stays with the tight end. There's 95 Reynolds. That is a nice catch. That was a dying quail. That's the most difficult thing for a receiver to hang on to. And Woods turns it to the outside, picks up 25.
Nose of the ball down, and he got it. 25-yard gain. Woods was drafted in the second round. 139 yards rushing last week. Stanley Wilson, he can go. And Wilson gets inside the 25-yard line, a running back from Oklahoma. First down carry from the Patriot 30, and he advances the ball 7 yards.
Now, historically, the Bengals have had very big fullbacks. They started out with a guy named Boobie Clark back in the late 60s and 70s.
How big?
He was like 245 pounds.
Then they got
Pete
bigger.
Johnson, 260. Occasionally, he'd get to 280. That really bothered them. Now they have two fullbacks in Stanley Wilson and Ickey Woods that are big, but they're not so big that they have to worry about their weight.
Yet Kennebrew sometimes played at 270.
And 280 and 290 and 295.
Esiason against a big rush. He eludes it, then he's caught and knocked down. Lawrence McGrew, an outside linebacker from Southern California. And his 8th year gets Boomer Esiason trying to escape for an 18-yard loss.
Outside linebacker blitz. They got him standing over there where Andre Tippett puts a lot of pressure on the quarterback. You see Stanley Wilson, 32, trying to block McGrew, 50. That is an absolute mismatch. Watch 50 on 32. Stanley Wilson lets him get to him. Not only did he allow the sack, he also held him and still allowed the sack.
New England's timeout.
Those were not sweet things the Boston media was writing and saying about the Patriots after that debacle at Green Bay. And the Patriots, stung by it, have really come up with some big efforts so far. Back to live action. Esiason in the Bengal offense, trailing New England 7-0, setting up now on a 3rd and 18 play as Esiason just sacked in the shotgun. Here's the blitz. He eludes Reynolds, lets a home run ball go. Out there, look at making a play on it. It might be picked off by Marion.
It is.
It is Fred Marion who picked up the fumble the last possession.
Wait a minute, Collinsworth's got the ball.
Well, if they both have it, it's a tie in favor of the receiver.
This is a perfect time for the replay. Back judge, field judge, everybody talking, nobody making a signal. They did signal touchback. We've got that much.
Anybody who argues against the replay not being worthwhile hasn't seen plays like this, because games and playoff positions turn on things like this.
Gene Barth talking with Boomer Esiason. We already have one signal. That is touchback.
You got it again.
Interception by the field official. Interception.
Okay, now the replay.
Here it is.
Look.
Here you go, Trump. Check it out.
This is excellent coverage by the New England Patriots. It's not Marion, it's Ray Claiborne right there. There's Marion, 31.
And before he came down, though, Collinsworth took the ball away.
Whoa. Now we got to go
his
back.
Feet were in.
Now we got to go back and find out, was Marion down? Although this one they may look at forever.
That's the kind of stuff keeps Trumpy going.
Oh, I love this. This is why there's got to be a replay forever. Watch again. Who's down? Claiborne tips the ball up. Marion comes in. As he's falling, Collinsworth grabs the ball. Marion's not down. Don, I don't think they'll change the call. I don't believe there's irrefutable evidence there
I think
to change the
Collinsworth
call.
took it away, and it's a Bengal touchdown.
It's going to be, yeah, let's slow motion backwards. When does he get it? Can you see when the ball is possessed by Chris Collinsworth? He's got it, and Marion's got it now.
Not only does he have it, but he's got his arm underneath it. See, that his right arm is cradling the ball. It didn't touch the ground.
All right, now in my estimation, if we can roll the tape back, stop, please, roll the tape back. What the replay official has got to look at and determine is Fred Marion down in the end zone when that ball is taken loose right there by Chris Collinsworth. Mark Burns is the replay official. He's an experienced replay official. Watch 31. Is he down? Is the ball loose?
Boy, it's impossible to tell. I think that what you said about irrefutable evidence not being...
Yeah, I think that's going to be an interception. It's going to be the Bengals' third turnover, touchback. New England gets the ball at the 20. That's just one personal opinion.
Ironically, they got Robert Palmer singing "It's Irrefutable."
After a review of instant replay, the call stands. Interception. First down.
1:54 to go, first quarter, and the Bengals 3 possessions. They've turned it over 3 times. We have controversy in the end zone, but it is ruled an interception. Fred Marion comes down with the ball. Now look at a tight shot. Does Collinsworth take it away?
There, it looks like it. It really does look like he takes it away there, but a play is run. So
back to live action. John Stevens is caught by a fired-up Cincinnati defense led by Carl Zander. Number 91, the man who calls defensive signals for the Bengals.
That little zoom, it looked like he took the ball away, but you still can't see it. And the instant replay, he's got to have irrefutable evidence, and he's got to see the ball. I agree with the call. And as you said, 3 drives, 3 turnovers by the Bengals.
Sam White talking about adversity. Good teams come back from it. We're a good team, and they've had plenty early this week as they did a week ago before they finally beat the Jets going away. Flutie hands off. Stevens runs again on a second down play and 14. He didn't get much, maybe a yard. It'll be 3rd and long. Let's go to New York to NFL Live. Here's Gail Gardner. Gail?
Okay, Don, the Raiders and the Chiefs in Kansas City. Bad punt set up this Raiders score. Marcus Allen, broken left wrist and all, goes in from a yard out. That made it 7-0. Chiefs did not stop him. Let's go back now to Foxborough.
Doug Flutie has thrown the ball just 1 time. He is 0 for 1 throwing the ball. That was an incomplete. 38 seconds to go in the first quarter. Clock running. John Stevens expecting to get a lot of work today. The number 1 draft choice, number 44. He has the game's only touchdown in his first as a Patriot. Eamon Perriman was hit hard at the goal line, fumbled into the end zone, and on the 1 hop, Stevens picked it up for a Patriot score. Still stays 7-0 as Flutie's on the run. The improviser. Doug Flutie slides to a halt at the 24-yard line, and a 3rd down and 13. He got about 6.
Don, that's an absolutely designed quarterback rollout. And it tells me something already, that the New England Patriots offensive coaches at this point do not have a great deal of confidence in Doug Flutie to throw the ball down the field. A rollout like that to run on 3rd down and 12, you should be throwing it.
With Bob Trumpy, this is Don Criqui back at Sullivan Stadium, where the sun has begun to break through on a day with a temperature about 60. Eddie Brown is back deep now for the Cincinnati Bengals as Jeff Fiegel, number 6, is ready to punt the ball.
Now, we've already had a lot of questions answered. It looks like the New England Patriots are going to be very, very conservative with the football today. They do not want to throw the ball up for turnovers. They came into the game today leading the league 19 interceptions. Obviously, Steve Drogan and Raymond Berry all decided, look, let's run the ball. Let the Bengals make the mistake.
And the Bengals have done that, turning it over 3 times in as many possessions. Jeff Fiegel steps into the ball and hits it very well. High, wobbly spiral, but Eddie Brown will return from his 26. Good special teams coverage by the Patriots. Dennis Gadboy, 48, again led the coverage team. Punt was 51 yards, a return of 4 yards. The outset of the second quarter, 14:49 to play.
3 drives, 3 turnovers by the Cincinnati Bengals.
The Boomers' numbers, but 2 interceptions. 7-0 New England. Here comes James Brooks. Putting moves on, a little shoulder deke, and he spins out to the 35-yard line, and a first down carry. He got over 5 yards.
Raymond Claiborne on the stop. To this point, the New England Patriots defense has played very, very well. Nothing like they did last week. Of course, a lot of the players say when Stanley Morgan got hit, it really took a lot of steam out of the New England Patriots. He had a hit last week in Green Bay or Milwaukee that scared so many New England Patriots, reminded them of Darryl Stingley's hit.
Now second down and almost 5. Woods having trouble cutting back. That's the second time he's slipped and gone down, this time at the 36-yard line, so it'll bring up 3rd and short. Got about a yard on the play. 3rd and about 4. Tim Goad, a nose tackle, doing a good job. Rookie out of North Carolina, 280-pounder, drafted in the 4th round. Number 72 was there to fall on him. Trump has completed all 6 of his passes, 4 to Bengals and 2 to Patriots. None of them hit the ground yet. Boomer sprinting out. Left arm throw, good for a first down to Stanford Jennings. As on 3rd and 4, Esiason puts it right on the numbers of Stanford Jennings on the run off the left line. And it's a first down for the Bengals. 9-yard gain.
That time the New England Patriots had a 6-man defensive line and a little half roll by the Bengals. Got Boomer Esiason outside the rush. Yeah, just a little flat pass.
Double tight ends in the game now. Rodney Holman and Jim Riggs for Cincinnati. Last time these two teams played was here in Foxborough 2 seasons ago in '86. Bengals won big, 31-7 over the Patriots. Marcus down, might be too much time. Got a false start with 12:45 to play in the first half, and New England still leading 7-0.
Roland James has a pulled groin muscle. The significance of that, with Ronnie Lopette already out now, the New England Patriots don't go with a nickel package. That is 5 defensive backs. They go with 6. So now with James on the sideline, they only have 4 healthy defensive backs. I don't know what they're going to do.
Stanley Morgan, who was knocked out for 8 minutes last Sunday at Green Bay on a hard hit. He will play if needed. Did not start. First down and 15 for Esiason and the Bengals, who trail 7-0. Boomer going to let it go deep. Now swings it out to Woods as the deep men were covered. Good zone coverage deep by the Patriots, and all that was left was the outlet man, and he was quickly knocked down. And another Patriot is down. Ed Reynolds made the tackle, and he's down.
Goodness. New England Patriots are going down on every snap. He's hurting too.
Yes, he is. Ed Reynolds, a veteran linebacker from Virginia, being attended to, and there's a break in the action.
Today's game is brought to you by Pontiac. We build excitement. By Apple Computer, giving you the power to be your best in home, school, and business. And by Holiday Inn Hotels. There's no better way to take a time out.
On that last run by the Cincinnati Bengals, here's the pass reception by Ickey Woods. Watch his foot. When it plants it slips, and there's Reynolds right there. You can see him turn his knee inside. He's being helped to the sideline, but Ickey Woods has his shoes spatted up. His shoes are taped from the outside. He slipped 3, 4, maybe even 5 times already in the first half of this football game. He's now on the sideline. He's also accounted for 71 yards of offense, 29 rushing, 42 receiving. He's quickly becoming a big part of this Bengals offense when he hangs on to the football.
Vincent Brown, a rookie linebacker, comes into the game now. 2nd-round draft choice from Mississippi Valley, replacing the injured Ed Reynolds. 2nd down comes up, 2nd and 12 for the Cincinnati Bengals, who trail in the game 7-0. 12 minutes to play in the first half. More markers.
Marcus Fly.
Gene Barth, the referee.
On the center, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Bengals Trump misfiring on offense.
Yeah,
3 turnovers and other mistakes.
Yeah, they've done everything in this first half to be down 7-0. 2 interceptions, a fumble recovery. The interesting thing, too, that New England is stuck now with 4 defensive backs in the ball game. They've got Jim Bowman, who was in there at a safety. They got Rod McSwain, Ernest Gibson, and Fred Marion. Roland James still out. They're stuck with 4 defensive backs for the rest of this game.
In an era when teams like to play 6 on long yardage, here is Esiason on the run. Boomer Esiason calling his own number when he has to, and he was in deep trouble, and he gets ahead on a 2nd down and 17 play. He's ahead for a gain of 12 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for Cincinnati as he gets the ball to midfield.
Jim Bowman makes the tackle, and the Patriots with excellent coverage. Very good coverage, pressuring Boomer out of the pocket. Thomas Benson now in the ball game. There's Bowman. And here's the replacement for Ed Reynolds, Vincent Brown on the blitz. James Brooks picks him up.
And then with a reputation of a potential wrecking ball, he's a crasher. On a sprint out, Esiason takes a look downfield. Brown is open. He doesn't see him. Now he throws to Eddie Brown, who makes a diving catch and loses the ball at the 28-yard line. Brown running a crossing pattern left to right. Esiason on a sprint out near side couldn't either see him or focus on him to throw it. Finally got it away to Eddie Brown, but it came in low and it's incomplete.
That one kind of sunk on Eddie Brown a little bit. That's a tough catch. Throwing back over the middle. Reserved for the very few in the NFL. Boomer's taking a chance, and Eddie Brown never really got a hold of it.
Irving Fryer's back deep now as Scott Fulhag will punt the ball for Cincinnati. It's a 7-0 game. The Patriots are in the lead. Big rush. Well hit ball by Fulhag, and a fair catch is signaled for by Irving Fryer. And now Doug Flutie ready to Brinko back out after that 41-yard punt, and we'll be back after this. So far for Coach Berry and the Patriots, been a lot better than last week. Doug Flutie, as college coach Jack McNell said of him, Trump, when things are worst, he's at his best, but so far they haven't given him a chance to do much.
No, they've run 13 plays, just 1 pass, and that pass attempt was an incompletion by Doug Flutie. And I think, Don, with Steve Grogan calling the plays on the sideline, you've got to start throwing the ball just to give Doug Flutie some confidence. I mean, you can't win in the NFL by just handing it off to running back after running back after running back. That happened back in the 20s. And at some point, Flutie's going to go to the sideline and say, hey, fellas, look at that. Give me a chance to throw it. There's Grogan, Ray Berry.
Well, they might not let them turn loose unless they get behind. Right now, they're leading 7-0 deep in their own end. Here he is on a sprint out. He's got a linebacker to contend with, a throw and a catch. Robert Perriman has the ball. So Flutie hits back on a sprint out. Robert Perriman's ahead for a 1st down for the Patriots. A 16-yard gain.
Well-designed play. Half roll. Get the running back out there in the flat. Easy completion.
Houston up on Pittsburgh. The Steelers off to a 1-5 start. Chicago got a touchdown from Dennis McKinnon to lead. Phoenix and Washington going back and forth. Raiders, who've fallen on hard times, getting off to a fast start today. So are the Packers, looking for their 2nd win. Doug Flutie was originally drafted in the NFL in the 11th round by the L.A. Rams, who subsequently traded him to Chicago. He, of course, signed with the U.S. football. Here's a throw and a catch to tight end Lynn Dawson. 1st and 10 play, and Flutie on the run zips it out to the 38-yard line, a gain of 10 yards. It's another 1st down.
Leon White makes the tackle. He is the most difficult kind of quarterback to deal with. You have basically a running back playing quarterback. He's not afraid to run the ball. As a matter of fact, in the exhibition season, he returned punts for the New England Patriots just to see how it was. And when you have a scrambling, running quarterback, tremendous pressure on the defense.
At the collision at Boston College, he set NCAA records passing for over 10,500 yards. Here's a handoff in Perriman, running hard, both arms on the ball. You'll remember his fumble at the goal line that was quickly turned into a touchdown when a teammate recovered it, John Stevens. As Harriman, after a 16-yard gain on the throw, now runs the ball for a gain of about 9 yards on a first down carry. And a reminder to our viewers that we will be selecting the Budweiser Most Valuable Player for today's game at the conclusion of the game. We have 8:43 to play in the first half. Patriots with the ball in a 7-0 lead. Reggie Dupard now in the backfield with Robert Perryman. Perryman straight at the Cincinnati defense, and on 2nd and short he has a New England first down. That certainly loosens up the running game when Flutie makes those printouts work.
Absolutely. This is a different personality now that the New England Patriots have taken on, and you can hear the Foxborough fans. They definitely appreciate it. There's been a certain lack of running the ball by this football team. It's incensed the offensive linemen, and now they're running the ball very well.
First down and 10 for Flutie and the Patriots as he goes to the run again. This is Reggie Dupard, running back from SMU, who gets it down to the 47-yard line of Cincinnati, where inside backer Carl Zander got him. There was a gain of just 2 yards on the play.
Now, a big part of the Bengals defense in 1988 has been 33 David Fulcher. I think we've called his name once in this first half. They're either running away from 33 or assigning someone to him. As a strong safety, he cheats to the line of scrimmage and really supports the run very well, but he's not been a factor in the first half of this game.
He's the leading tackler for the Bengals, David Fulcher, a 230-pound strong safety. Hard cutting back, spins on a 2nd down and 8 carry. He gets ahead for a couple of yards inside the 45-yard line of the Bengals. It's going to bring up 3rd down now and 6. Tim Crumry, the nose tackle, made the stop. One of the best in the league, occupies 2 and 3 blockers.
Certainly no denying Crumry's importance to that Bengal defense. Right now, the importance to the New England Patriots offense. I'd be very surprised if Doug Flutie didn't roll out here again.
Yeah, spread out his number at 5'10" tops. He takes a backpedal straight back route and runs right into Jim Scow, a defensive end, who sacks him at the 45-yard line. So a 3rd and 6 play is now turned into about a 4th and 15.
Maybe he should have rolled out. He looked downfield, could not find a receiver. Scow comes from the outside. You see Scow gets inside Len Dawson, around Bruce Armstrong, 78. First sack of the day for the Bengals.
Bengals have given up a lot of yards to the pass, but they've made big plays with their secondary. They call them, that group, the SWAT team. 9 interceptions they hit. They also have 7 fumble recoveries on the Cincinnati defense. Eagles takes his time, hits the knuckleball down to fast Eddie Brown. He loses the ball and gets it back at the 12-yard line. Marvin Allen was down to fall on him and very nearly get the football as a 37-yard punt. Got an additional 7 yards on the fumble on the return.
Eddie Brown having trouble hanging on to the ball all day. When he tries to switch hands, bounces away.
Esiason hands off. Ickey Woods, the rookie runner, takes it out to the 20-yard line. Kim Go, the nose tackle, got him, 72.
Bengals going right back to the line of scrimmage, it looks like. No, back to the huddle. I take it back. Back to the huddle.
The other guys have no DBs. Extra one out. They're turning Gibson in and taking Claiborne out. He's limping off a little bit. Raymond Claiborne.
Doug Flutie on the sideline sitting next to Irving Pryor. Yeah, they have 5 healthy defensive backs available.
Second and 3 for Cincinnati. Good D by the Patriots. They stuff the run. That is Goad again, the 280-pound nose tackle. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. No gain.
Goad out of North Carolina. He's across from Bruce Kozerski, the center out of Holy Cross. Goad in his first half doing an excellent job of making sure that center cannot block him by himself, that you consume another guy, make the other guy block, so it's 2-on-1.
Bengals have scored 81 points in their last 2 wins, routing the Raiders and the Jets, but today they have nothing up on the board. They trail 7-0. Esiason could be going deep anytime he goes to the run here, and James Brooks tries to turn it outside, and he bounces to the sideline and has a first down for Cincinnati, stopping the clock with 4:28 to play in the first half. Johnny Rembert, who had that opening interception that led to the only score of the game, made the stop for the Patriots. As we pause briefly for station identification, this is the NBC television network. At sold-out Sullivan Stadium in Foxborough, Mass., Doug Flutie, the hero of Boston College football, gets his first start at home as a Patriot. And so far his team is up 7-0. Don Criqui with Bob Trumpy. The unbeaten Cincinnati Bengals coming in 6-0, looking to get some offense going as Esiason looks to fire on the sprint out and does. Too high for Eddie Brown, not close to a connection. And that will bring up 2nd down and 10.
McGrew was right behind Boomer Esiason. One more step and McGrew had gotten him. That rollout has not worked that well for the Bengals, and it's a bread and butter part of their offense. Numbers are good, but the 2 interceptions. Now we got Ray Claiborne with a bruised knee, so now the New England Patriots are down to 4 defensive backs, although Claiborne is back on the field now.
He's up with Eddie Brown. They're doubling Eddie Brown every play. Bowman's coming over to double up on Eddie Brown at the lower portion of your screen, who's averaging 25 yards a catch this season. 4 for touchdowns. Esiason, nothing there. And again, he's forced to sprint out. Lets it go long. James Brooks trying to run under it. And a foul is called on the defender, Gibson. No, that's coming back as Tim Jordan, a linebacker, running with him. James Brooks, as you see, had his hands on the ball. He was hit before it got there. So the Bengals are beneficiaries of a big penalty call against New England. A 38-yard gain on the penalty.
Actually, for Tim Jordan, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
If he does not do that, you see Goad with the pressure. Bruce Reimer, 75, blocking him. There's good coverage down the field, and Esiason's got to go to the alternate receiver. Now, it doesn't look like James Brooks is even in the pattern here, but when he comes back with his ball, Jordan does the right thing, because Jordan's going to carry right past James Brooks. Brooks is going to run further.
Bengals, who've turned it over 3 times, start him out a challenge now, trailing 7-0. This is Ickey Woods running at the Patriots, and again he loses his footing trying to cut back. On a first down carry, Woods got to the 34-yard line for a gain of about 3.
Rod McSwain on the tackle. They retaped Ickey Woods' feet on the sideline, but it has not made any difference. You can see that he's spatted up. That is taped on the outside for more support on the ankles.
Houston extending its lead to 18-0 now over the Steelers, who beat Dallas in their opener but have fallen in hard times since.
Now, if I'm the New England Patriots, right now is the spot where I got to come with a blitz. Try the turnover. Try to come up with a turnover. Put a lot of pressure on Esiason right here.
Second down and 7. Handoff goes, and running with the ball is Stanley Wilson. Penalty marker is thrown in by the back judge from way off the play as Stanley Wilson goes out of bounds at about the 28, close to a first down.
When the back judge throws it in, it's usually the tight end.
That's the expert opinion of a man who's been called for it at tight end.
Never saw a back judge I liked. When the ball is snapped, his #1 responsibility is watch the tight end.
Offense, number 87, holding. 10-yard penalty. We'll replay the second half.
Last time these Bengals were off to a 6-0 start, Jim Riggs, the tight end, called for it. Last time they had a 6-0 start was in 1975 when they were led by Bob Trumpy.
Hardly. That was the
That
was the Isaac Curtis, Ken Anderson era.
Went on to finish 11-3 and lose to the Raiders in the playoffs
in Oakland.
Second down and 17 now. Another difficult play call, and here is the blitz being shown. Vincent, the rookie, coming at Esiason. They pick him up. He throws to Stanley Wilson, and he's knocked down at the 35-yard line. So they got back the penalty yardage and some more. And a 2nd and 17 play, they gained 11.
Now, the Patriots doing an outstanding job of coverage down the field. Last week, the Bengals in the first half of the game against the New York Jets averaged 25 yards per catch, and for the game, better than 20. And the Patriots are not going to let them get those deep receptions.
2:45 to play, first half. Esiason's thrown the ball 11 times, has completed 7 for 82 yards. 2 have been intercepted.
Looks like blitz here by the Patriots.
3rd and 6. Deep drop, good blocking. Benson coming on. Now here's a throw. It's too high. It'll be picked off. Patriots get another turnover. Coming up with the ball is Rod McSwain, a cornerback from Clemson. And 4 times in the first half, the highest power offense in the American Conference has turned the ball over.
Ball tipped out of the hands of Tim McGee. McSwain right there to make the interception. Good coverage once again. Ball thrown a little bit behind Tim McGee. Marion gets it up in the air. And McSwain there to make the interception. Patriots 3rd of the first half. And the 4th turnover of the game. From the secondary, that's zone. You're looking at zone. McGee's picked up by someone else coming across the middle by Fred Marion. Excellent job.
Esiason, who's thrown 3 interceptions in the previous 6 games, has been intercepted 3 times in the first half today. Pitch back, John Stevens trying to go wide, and there's nothing there but Bengals to knock him down. Leo Barker strung it out, 53, and knocked him out of bounds.
Fans don't like that choice of play calling. There's Rod McSwain on the sideline. That old tip drill works again. So far, the New England Patriots done a great job of frustrating the deep passing game of Bengals.
Raymond Berry checking out now as the play call goes in to Doug Flutie. Sprint out and throw on 2nd down and 13. Flutie sidearms the ball, and it's almost caught, lost at the 19-yard line. Leo Barker with a very nice play for Cincinnati.
The linebacker never sees the ball coming to Robert Perriman. Flutie throws this ball sidearm. Should come right at you. Underneath the arm of Skip McClendon behind him. Barker never sees the ball. Perriman bobbles it. Ball hits the ground. You see the head linesman there right on the sideline. Flutie now 2 for 4, 26 yards.
Flutie started as an underdog out of Natick, Mass. He got a scholarship to Boston College, the only one he was offered. When one kid said he wasn't going to go and they had an opening. They say the rest is history. Doug Flutie's in deep trouble now, and so are the Bengal defenders trying to catch him. Flutie's out to the 27-yard line. One thing at his size, he is breakable. I saw him one night in the USFL game when Reggie White, now of the Eagles, ran him down and fell on him and broke his shoulder. 2-minute warning. Timeout on the field. Patriots continue to lead. Flutie comes to the sidelines, gets some advice from Steve Grogan and Coach Raymond Berry as the Patriots punter's out now, and Eddie Brown is in to return it for the Cincinnati Bengals. Eddie Brown having some trouble holding on today. Jeff Peekles, the Patriot punter, standing back at his 13-yard line. There is Eddie Brown, who is a weapon.
When he hangs on to it, you're right. Nice
Terrific punt by Peekles, driving Eddie Brown back to his 23. Up the middle goes Eddie Brown and dives out to the 34-yard line. Dennis Gadboy was on the special teams coverage to make the play. 52-yard punt and a 15-yard return.
The only score of the game, New England. Perriman carries the ball over, and you can tell this is a home field. Watch the ball bounce. Room service.
One hop.
John Stevens, just the way you draw it up. 6-0, extra point good. 7-0 New England.
John Stevens with his first touchdown in the NFL, and the only score today. It is 7-0 New England. Flutie on the sideline getting set. When he gets another crack at it right now, Esiason's going to be firing, trying to get the Bengals in position. First play, they go to the run, and it is Ickey Woods bouncing to the outside. He's tackled inbound, so the clock winds down to 1:40 and still ticking. 4 turnovers by the Cincinnati offense.
Coming into this game, Cincinnati had only turned the ball over 8 times. New England 23. New England's not turned it over today, and as you said, 4 turnovers by the Bengals in this first half.
The unbeaten Bengals fortunate, Trump, to be down by just a 7-0 count. Marker goes down as the ball is slapped and intercepted. This is Tim Jordan intercepting, and he's on the run. A very fast linebacker takes it down inside the 10. Depending on who the flag is against, that play might go.
That's going to be against the Bengals. I'll tell you what happened. James Brooks went in motion, and when he went in motion, the fullback moved. When two guys are in motion, they both must stop before the ball is snapped. Illegal procedure against Cincinnati. Interception stands.
Motion. Offense had 2 men in motion at the same time.
So Tim Jordan, a second-year linebacker from Wisconsin, comes up with the ball. The fifth turnover of the first half. The 4th interception.
You saw James Brooks coming in motion. Ickey Woods moved out of his stance. When two guys are in motion, they both must stop. That's 3 tip balls on 4 interceptions, and everyone thought that Doug Flutie would have trouble with tip balls. Brent Williams tips the ball up. Jordan makes the interception. Point-blank range now for New England.
Esiason has now thrown more interceptions in the first half today than he did in the previous 6 games. Came in with just 3 interceptions, 15 touchdown throws, no TD passes first half, and 4 interceptions. John Stevens protecting the ball, takes it down to the 6-yard line. First and goal play. It's now 2nd and goal from the 6. Tackle made by Crumrye.
His first NFL interception.
He knew what to do with it when he got it, too.
Absolutely. Good foot speed. We got a Bengal player down.
Because of injury. First time out.
Solomon Wilcox, who's been doing a big job at free safety, is being attended to now. He's the Bengal that's down. Now at New England, where the Patriots continue to lead the Cincinnati Bengals by a 7-0 score. Don Criqui with Bob Trumpy. Trump, what do you think? Is it the Patriot defense or a little ineptness on the part of the Bengals, who haven't shown any so far this year?
Well, at the outset of this ballgame, we wondered about the intensity of the Cincinnati Bengals. And if you watch the New England Patriots on tape the last 2 or 3 weeks, they didn't impress you with anything. So you can, when you're 6-0, certainly go into a game fat, comfortable with a 6-0 record.
I think they might be in that comfort zone now.
Yes, and then all of a sudden they're shocked. And I think the only way that the Bengals can really have problems for the remainder of the season is beating themselves. Well, 5 turnovers in the first half, and now New England at point-blank range. You're giving New England everything that they want for a chance to win this football game.
I think one of the big differences also, Trump, is the fact that the Patriots have been doing an excellent job covering the deep speed of Cincinnati. Eddie Brown hasn't been free deep at all. They've doubled him every single play. McGee hasn't gotten free deep.
Right.
They've got great speed in the wide receiver core of the Bengals, but since the Patriots have covered it so far.
You see a lot of times that Bengals going to alternate receivers. Last week against the Jets, those first and second choice receivers were open all over the place. The Patriots, even with just now 4 healthy defensive backs, doing a great job of shutting down the deep patterns.
Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. We have 52 seconds to play in the first half. Raymond Berry's Patriots holding to that 7-0 lead.
I'd watch for Flutie on the rollout here. Same play he scored against Indianapolis a couple of weeks ago.
Bengals blitz more than any team in football. Those linebackers will come on any down, particularly in close, as the Patriots go to the run, and Robert Perryman, the big back from Michigan, takes it down close to the 3-yard line.
Did you see Flutie roll out there after the handoff? I think they're setting him up for this rollout.
He is very quick. Excellent basketball player. Used to work out after he got into pro football, the BC basketball team, and he'd go head up with that Michael Adams, that terrific point guard, and play him even up. Scrimmages.
Let the clock run down a little bit. Flutie calls a timeout. 2 for 4 for 26 yards throwing in the first half.
At halftime, as week 7 is now upon us in the NFL, we'll go to NFL Live in New York, where Gail, Ahmad, Paul, and Frank are standing by. Mr. McGuire right there in the studio. 23 seconds to play in the first half here. Jim Greenidge, the PR man for the Patriots, was talking about one of the players he had to give the bad news to, a linebacker from Amherst College, one of the finest academic institutions there is. A young man named Leroy Brantley, who was completely fluent in 5 languages. Gwyneth said, what language do you want me to cut him in? Arrivederci, hasta luego, hit the road, Jack. Of course, Game 2 of the World Series comes up tonight on NBC Sports after the dramatic conclusion of Game 1 when Kirk Gibson hit one out in the bottom of the 9th inning to beat Oakland. Game 2 tonight. Hershiser for the Dodgers. Storm Davis for the A's. Pre-game begins on NBC Sports at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Handoff. Mosey Tatupu bangs into the end zone. The veteran back from Southern California. First play in the offensive backfield. He goes in for a touchdown. And the Patriots, the underdog on their home field, now extend their lead to 13-0. His first score of the season. Mosey Tatupu.
Well, we've talked quite a bit in the first half about Sam White and his Bengals coming back from adversity. They got 14 points worth of it, and it's basically all self-inflicted.
Tom Ramsey holds, and the extra point is knocked up and through by Garcia. And so with 19 seconds to play in the first half, the Patriots right now have a 14-0 shutout going.
That last play call, very, very well done. Spread formation. They run the draw up the middle. There's basically no one there to make the tackle. Watch once again. You see, the offensive linemen are set up like they're going to pass protect. Flutie goes back and hands it to Tatupu. Tim Crumry, 69, is the only guy to make contact with Tatupu until he gets to the end zone. That drive, 3 plays, 9 yards, 50 seconds after the 5th turnover of the first half by the Bengals. So far, Flutie's been no factor. It's the Bengals' inability to hang on to the football that's been the big key.
Rocking and rolling at Foxborough. Sold out. Raymond Berry can do it. You can't tell if he's up 14-0 or down 45-3.
A lot of people in the Boston area think that's a problem. He doesn't really get on these players enough.
Kickoff downfield. Ira Hillary running it back for the Bengals. He crosses the 20, gets out to the 25-yard line. 13 seconds is all that Boomer Esiason has as he brings out the Bengal offense. Thomas Benson came down to make the hit. Our producer today for NBC Sports is Kenneth Edmondson. Our director, Bob Levy. Executive producer of NBC Sports, Michael Weissman. Coordinating producer of NFL football, Ted Nathanson. As we're at Foxborough and the markers down front. They'll send the Bengals back even longer the field to go.
First and 85. Ball goes back to the 15-yard line. First half, I think Sam White will sit down with Boomer Esiason at halftime and say, I think you're trying to do too much. Let's take what the defense is giving us, which is the underneath stuff.
Those linebackers can run and tackle, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to go in, try to collect and regroup. Patriots sprinting into the locker room with their first half winnings, a 14-0 lead. They were, in the local papers, almost a touchdown underdog on their home field. This is a team that has been enigmatic at best. Last season, they closed with 3 straight divisional wins to finish 8-7, but it was too late to...
Came in to this game, turning the ball over all over the place, leading the league. The Bengals, one of the best teams in the NFL and the best team in the AFC at protecting the ball. But the 88 total yards by the New England Patriots have produced the 14 points because of the turnovers by Cincinnati.
And the big story continues to be the Patriots' ability to shut down those standout wide receivers, Brown and McGee, who are both averaging big numbers. Brown 25 yards a catch and McGee 21 yards a catch, but they haven't been able to get free downfield. And right now the Patriots will have the ball to start the 3rd quarter, as ready to kick it off is Lee Johnson for Cincinnati.
On your point is well taken about McGee and Eddie Brown. Neither has a reception in the first half.
Downfield the kick goes, and this kickoff is sponsored by Budweiser, the king of beers, as running it back now is Marvin Allen, and he is going to be wide and out to the 25-yard line before he's done. First-year player from Tulane, Marvin Allen, does well returning the kickoff. It's a 33-yard return by Allen.
Not very impressive numbers. The real collar has been on Doug Flutie. New England Patriots have been very, very conservative with the football, and it's worked. They have not turned the ball over.
Cedric Jones comes out wide to the left. Irving Pryor, who has not been a factor so far, is wide right. Eye set with Stevens, the eye back and first back. Harriman gets the ball, and he's shut down at the line of scrimmage. A 1st and 10 run cut down at the 29. This is Doug Flutie. They have a little girl wearing number 2 around her neck. Flutie scored some real money in that USFL. They get about $5 million worth of Donald Trump's money.
Donald Trump will give you some money. He'll do that.
Not easily. Well, you get to be a billionaire, I guess. Handoff goes to Stevens, who breaks it, and John Stevens running hard. Comes out on a 2nd and 8 carry and runs the ball all the way out across the 45 to the 48-yard line. A 17-yard gain before the free safety, Wilcott, stopped him for the Bengals.
Great job done at the line of scrimmage behind Wooten, 61, Armstrong, 78. Perriman with a big block on the outside linebacker, and there's no one there. It looks like the New England Patriots are going to keep with their game plan of the first half, and that is protect that football, run it. Stevens now 9 carries, 32 yards.
Over half of it in that last carry. This time they go to Perryman. 3rd-round draft choice a year ago out of Michigan. Big backs. They're really looking for a franchise back here in New England. They've not had a 100-yard rusher in a regular season game in 3 years, other than strike year they had one last year. None in a regular game in 3 years.
Craig James got it, and he got it in the last game of the 1985 season when the Patriots had to win to go on to the playoffs. And that performance beat Cincinnati.
See what Flutie goes to now on 2nd down and 7. His team leads 14-0 early in the 3rd quarter. Run. Penalty markers down. So is the ball carrier. Stevens got down to the 46-yard line of the Bengals, where he's knocked down by Reggie Williams.
The offensive line now, the Patriots doing a pretty good job. We got a flag on the field. It's against Cincinnati. It's motioned by John Stevens, offsides defense. That's the 6th penalty now. Now watch Sean Farrell, Trevor Maddich, just pushing and shoving in there. Stevens with a nice twisting move picks up about 4, but they'll take the penalty.
33 defense jumped into the neutral zone. We'll replay the 2nd half.
David Fulcher, number 33, could get all-pro honors this year. A tank of a strong safety, over 230 pounds. 172-pound Doug Flutie now with a 2nd and 2 call. First back through again. This is Tatupu, his 2nd carry of the day. His first was for a touchdown at the conclusion of the first half. Tatupu is very close to a first down. Close enough to measure, so Gene Barth calls for a timeout. 12:06 to play in the 3rd quarter. Grogan has taken a horrendous beating. His offensive line has not blocked well when he's been in there. One game he's hit every time he threw.
He's thrown 12 interceptions going into this game, and first down New England. Is actually now this week questioning whether he can play in the NFL anymore. The Kansas State coaching job is open. Steve Grogan has not turned that job down yet. He's attending more and more offensive meetings, and the fact that he's out there with a uniform on Probably a real disguise. He's more of a coach now than he is a player, in his own opinion.
This is his 14th year. 5th round draft choice in '75. End up, and John Stevens on a 1st and 10 play as another marker comes in. This one from the referee behind the play. A 7-yard gain, but we'll see who the call goes against. Holding is signaled against the Patriots.
Patriots have been very, very good. Were very, very good in the first half for all kinds of things. They only had
number 64 holding, 10-yard penalty, replay the first down.
That's just the 2nd penalty of the day against the New England Patriots. The first penalty was that 38-yard pass interference on Jordan. Sam White's beginning to, I think, what's one step over concern? Worried?
Well, whatever it is, he's there, huh?
See, he's exhorting the defense. They need a turnover. They need to stop him now to get the offense back on the field.
Days end, they could only be a game up on Houston. Oilers are winning. Here's Flutie throwing downfield, and he's got his man on the run. As Cedric Jones running hard, he gets to the near sideline and is out of bounds. He's tackled out of bounds by Fulcher. No personal foul call, but there was a 34-yard gain on the play as Cedric Jones from Duke on a crossing pattern. Ball quacked a little, looked like a wobbly duck out there, but it was on the money, and off they went with a big gainer.
Jones with a nice crossing pattern, good pass protection. Flutie steps up in the pocket. You see this ball released. And watch Jones coming across the middle. That ball thrown kind of sidearm too, but Jones makes the catch. Defensive back for the Bengals slips. 34-yard pickup, 1st and 10.
End up. Dupard turns the corner. Nice block. Dupard cuts back, and he's down to the 1-yard line.
They're blowing him out.
Running like they'd hoped he would when he came out of SMU as the #1 draft choice. Reggie Dupard now in his 3rd year. A 16-yard run, and the underdog Patriots could put the lid on early.
Now, this is clearly a case of all the turnovers in the first half, giving a 2-4 football team that had played horribly, absolutely horribly last week, that feeling that, hey, these guys aren't that good, we can compete.
Last week at Green Bay, the 45-3 defeat was the 2nd worst loss in the history of the franchise. They were beaten worse only once with the Patriots in '72 by Miami.
You see Tony Eason and Steve Grogan laughing, smiling there on the sideline. That hasn't happened in a number of weeks here.
30-second clock, go back to 8 seconds.
Winners tell jokes, losers say deal, and everything's gone right for the Patriots today, most notably the 5 turnovers in the first half by the Cincinnati offense, the best in the American Conference coming in. Doug Flutie getting his first start at Sullivan Stadium as a Patriot. He worked magical things for Boston College a lot of Saturday afternoons in this stadium.
We spotted the ball on a 3-yard line. 1st and goal on a 3-yard line.
Replay respotted the ball, took a yard away from him. I wonder the injury to Tony Eason he had.
Go back to 30 seconds.
There's Dupart on the run. There's nobody there. They are absolutely blowing the Bengals out, knee down at about the 3, and that's where the ball is marked. Eason had a shoulder separation. They put a kind of a restraint on his arm, and where the restraint touched his elbow and wrist, it deadened the nerves. He had surgery, and he's not recovered since.
But he is the highest paid player in the history of this franchise, $935,000 a season for Tony Eason. Pitch back, running hard, Dupart, he's going in. Touchdown Patriots, and sold out Sullivan Stadium. Crowd up and cheering as the Patriots have now extended their lead to 20-0.
Simple sweep. Great job by the New England offensive line. Good lead blocking by Tutupu. The aggressiveness in the Bengal defense not there to this point.
I tell you, Trump, this Flutie doesn't look as short to me anymore.
Well, all you got to do is hand it off and run the ball well. That extra point is no good.
Garcia's had some problems of late, hit his earlier too, but still with 10:02 to play in the third quarter, it is 20-0. Patriots over the favored Bengals. Here's Dupard going in, his first touchdown of the season.
To you by Mazda and the exciting new Mazda cars and trucks for 1989. By Atra Plus, Gillette made it smoother. And by Diet Coke. Enjoy Diet Coke. You're going to drink it just for the taste of it.
Here's the kickoff as the Patriots have opened up a 20-0 lead. Running it back is Ricky Dixon, and he'll be knocked out of bounds at the 20.
Don, the New England Patriots team had a players-only meeting earlier this week. Without coaches, without anybody else, trying to straighten themselves out. And to this point, after that 7-play, 72-yard drive that consumed 5 minutes, certainly the personality of this football team has changed, and they got to give credit to the Bengals offense.
Ziason with his work cut out now, stands in to throw, takes a look, long ball, McGee is open, it's a strike and out to the 43-yard line. The fastest Bengal, Tim McGee, a world-class sprinter out of Tennessee, running the fly and out. A 25-yard gain.
Looks like the Bengals are going to keep throwing it deep. That's where Boomer Esiason had his problems in the first half. Balls tipped at the line of scrimmage. That's 3 of the 4 interceptions he threw. You see the quarterback rating. Boomer by himself is higher than the 3 quarterbacks added together, but that'll change with the 3 interceptions. 4 interceptions.
First and 10 now for Cincinnati. Handoff goes. James Brooks turns upfield and dances out of bounds at the midfield line. He got a gain of a little over 5 yards on the play. Run out of bounds by rookie linebacker Vincent Brown. The scoreboard changing on the 7th Sunday. Houston will go to 5-2 with a win today at Pittsburgh if they hold out, and be just a game back of the Bengals heading into Cincinnati next Sunday if the Bengals don't pull this out. Detroit was up 10-7. The Giants have just scored. Green Bay up on favored Minnesota by 9 at the half. Second down and 6 where the ball is spotted. Esiason on the run. He's got an open track, but he's going to throw the ball. He gives it to his tight end Riggs, who was immediately swept under by Tim Jordan, who you'll recall had that first half interception that led to one of the New England touchdowns.
That's just a 1-yard gain, and somebody messed up the pattern there. There was no receiver for Boomer Esiason to throw to.
He could have run all day, though. Usually takes off on a play like this.
He gets outside of Barris 60, and Jim Riggs is the only receiver, and he cannot be the primary receiver because he was only a yard down from the line of scrimmage. So it brings up 3rd down and 4.
In the backfield is James Brooks. He's an excellent 3rd down receiver. This is 3rd down and 4 for the Cincinnati Bengals. Down 20-0. Esiason looks up the middle. Throw and a catch. First down Bengals as tight end Rodney Holman takes the ball down to the 37-yard line of the Patriots. A 13-yard gain on the play. Tackled by Fred Marion.
Now the Bengals have had receivers open all over the field. First half and second half. Well, the manner in which the New England Patriots are changing up their zones and man-to-man. You see Holman gets by the linebacker, just finds the dead spot. Makes the catch for 13 yards. Marion with the tackle eventually.
Bengals came in number 1 in the American Conference and passing number 1 in rushing. Now that high-tech offense starting to get in target as James Brooks put the move on, put the linebacker on the ground. Vincent Brown went down, and James Brooks got ahead on a first down carry to the 33-yard line of New England.
Patriots linebackers did a great job that time of stripping the interference away from James Brooks. Lawrence McGrew came out, and the lead guard, Max Montoya, was just knocked to the ground by Lawrence McGrew. Brooks out there by himself. Still picked up 3 yards, but without that personal protector, advantage defense.
Steps up. Second down and 6, as you see. Looking deep at McGee, lobs it out with the ball as James Brooks. Markers are down as James Brooks is wrestled down at the 31-yard line. Little gain. And now, unsportsmanlike flags go in the air. There was a penalty prior to that, though.
I don't think there's an official on the field with a flag in his pocket. I think they're all gone. This is going to take a while.
Yeah, to sort this all out. You got to get input from everybody who fired one up in the air.
Roll out left. James Brooks, the underneath receiver. Again, the Patriots doing a great job of covering those guys down the field. Actually makes a darn good catch with his broken hand. Rembert there makes one hit. Trying to wrestle the ball away, throws him down. And then Rodney Holman, 82, gives him a shove. Here's the call.
We have multiple fouls on the defense. Number 50 was holding, and number 50, unnecessary roughness. 15-yard penalty. Holding was declined. The roughness was enforced. 15 yards and a first down.
So currently they ruled that Holman was within his rights, protecting his fellow player, McGrew, with the personal foul call and the 15-yard mark off down to the 16-yard line.
I think McGrew is all right until he threw Brooks to the ground.
Brown and McGee, two lightning fast receivers at the top of your screen. Tough to double them up when they're both on the same side. They have to bring a linebacker out to take one of the inside routes away, and they go to Stanley Wilson on the run. Bengals continue to have problems making the cut on the artificial turf field. Woods fell 3 times doing it in the first half. Now Wilson goes down.
It's interesting that this is a very old turf here in Foxborough. The Cincinnati Bengals have new turf in Cincinnati, not only at Riverfront Stadium, but also at their practice facility. And the footing for players with tape on their shoes has not been good today. They've slipped all over the place. Ickey Woods, and that time Stanley Wilson.
Last time the Bengals were down here, you'll remember, the lofted pass into the end zone to Collinsworth, ruled an interception for Marion. Here is Stanley Wilson turning the corner, and he bangs his way down to the 5-yard line. He has a first down for the Bengals. First and goal. Stanley Wilson, running back out of Oklahoma with enormous ability. 5'10", 215 pounds, quick and shifty.
Was a fullback at Oklahoma in that triple option. Great acceleration. That time that sweep was led by James Brooks, probably the smallest player on the field.
Now the Bengals align with tight ends. Holman to the right, Riggs to the left. Wide out is Eddie Brown. That's the only one as James Brooks now goes in motion. Here's a handoff to Wilson up the middle. Wilson fighting hard is down close to the 1-yard line. On a first and goal carry, he got 3. Second and goal from the 1.
If there is one small light of hope for the Cincinnati Bengals, is that missed extra point. It's 20-0. Sam Weiss and his coaches have got to build it. Look, we can score. We get back. They gave us that opportunity, that missed extra point. That's the one little pin that they're clinging to right here.
Ryerson takes a look. He's in trouble. Here comes the hit. There's the throw. Incomplete. Munoz, tackle eligible. They went to offensive tackle Anthony Munoz. Didn't he catch 2 last year, Trump?
Yes, he did. The play they've used very, very often. Raymond Claiborne, number 26, was there in coverage. Tricked no one. You see the rollout. He looks back to Munoz and in desperation throws it. That was a rocket. Munoz almost catches it. This is interesting. They're going with the pass here when last week Ickey Woods just ran all over the New York Jets. Certain concession to the New England defense.
Third and goal from the 1. Handoff up the middle. Woods is to the goal line, but he's not in. No signal yet. As the lineman comes in, the nose of the ball is going to be touching the goal line almost.
Well, there's certainly no denying here that the only choice the Bengals have is to go for it. There's not a split second's thought about a field goal here. You also don't want to throw the ball here. You want to run the ball. If you throw the ball and it's incomplete, it comes out to the 20. I don't think the ball can be any closer to the goal line and not be in.
Bruce Kazerski is the center. Esiason at 220 pounds. Will he take it at the defense himself?
Now see, the problem that the Bengals are having here is that they'll go to the line of scrimmage, as do a great many teams now in the NFL, and depending upon the look of the defense, they'll call an either or. They'll call a dive to the right or a dive to the left, and everyone must know what's going on. That's why the noise at the goal line bothers offenses so much.
I know one thing, when these backs go over the top now, they get hit with bazookas. These linebackers come in. There's going to be linebackers shooting over the top no matter where the play goes, just in case somebody tries to dive over the top. 20-0. New England's in the lead. Sold out Sullivan Stadium, making it very difficult for Esiason to call signals. And he'll wait.
Not going to get any better. He can wait as long as he wants. Making the matter worse as opposed to better.
These Patriot fans haven't had a lot to cheer about in a few weeks.
Gene Barth will let them stand there for as long as they want. The 30-second clock is no consideration here. Then in the long run, there can be a call by the official to penalize the fans. That's normally done very close to the end of the game when the armored car, when the armored car is ready to pick up the officials. 30-second clock will be no factor here.
Bostonians really kicking the decibel level up here at Sullivan Stadium.
Yeah, actually, this is a mistake by the Bengals. They are allowing the fans to get off of their seats and really get into the football game. This is only making matters worse for Cincinnati.
The setting is this: 5 minutes and 3 seconds to play in the third quarter. New England, coming in as a 6-point underdog on the Patriots' home field, has built up a 20-0 lead over the unbeaten Cincinnati Bengals. Now the Bengal offense has finally started to click after turning the ball over 5 times in the first half. The Bengals have advanced the ball down where the nose of the ball is almost touching the Patriot goal line. 4th down and an inch for a touchdown is coming up. A most important play. But Boomer Esiason, unable to call signals because of the Patriot crowd noise, now sets himself. Awful easy to get a procedure penalty. Somebody moves early. Boomer's not moving at all.
Now here's the downside for New England. You see the defensive lineman down there? They get locked into that position. Edmund Nelson, 65. Tim Goad, 72. Gene Barth now going to the sideline. He's going to ask Raymond Berry to help.
Raymond's going to say, I'm 2-4, friend. I need all the help I can get.
Yeah, Gene, go talk to that guy. Raymond's rather quiet by nature. There's Eddie Kayat in the headset.
Patriot fans, they know the Bill of Rights. They're assembling lawfully.
You're not going to wear these fans out. They're going to keep doing this.
Freedom of speech here in the cradle of liberty.
The fans are within their rights. The defense is within its rights. The offense is within its rights.
And the game has been delayed 10 minutes. Now we got a one-upmanship going. There's Eisen against 60,000 plus Patriot fans. So you know who's going to win that. Regroup.
Just giving him more fuel. Anytime you can give a fan the feeling that he's influencing the game on the field, that's a license to do it more.
Good time here in Foxborough. 4th and goal.
He's made no call.
He's going to throw the way those linemen are setting up. They're down.
They can't hear. I mean, the game rides on this play.
20-0 New England. Bengals looking for their first score. 4th and goal from an inch away.
He should back out of there. He should back out of there right now. He's had offensive linemen in their stance for a good 5 or 6 seconds. Woods is in. Flags down.
Ickey Woods, the rookie, does indeed go in, but there's a penalty marker down. And McGrew has started up with a tight end. He and Munoz, I think, exchanged shoves.
So offsides defense. The touchdown will stand. Boy, that was chancy.
So the Bengals start to inch their way back in it. A lot of time left. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, and they're now down 20-6 with the extra point coming up.
Excellent lead block by Stanley Wilson. Woods with a nice little spin.
Well, the extra ran interference for himself there.
There's a certain amount of danger you have, both offense and defense, of locking yourself into that stance. That was a very chancy play by Cincinnati, but it was pulled off.
Jim Breach ready now for the point after try, which is up and good. And the high-scoring Bengal offense, with 5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter, is finally on the board, trailing 20-7.
Going.
Well-played drive for the Bengals. They covered 80 yards in 5:02 on the clock, official clock. Closer to 20 minutes with the delay. Here's the long kick downfield on the kickoff by Lee Johnson, and Marvin Allen is told don't bring it out. So on the touchback, the Patriots get the ball 1st and 10 at their 20.
Patriots, last time they had the ball, begin the 2nd half, ran the ball right down the Bengals' throat. One long completion by Flutie to Cedric Jones. The rest, excellent running and blocking at the line of scrimmage by the Pats.
Ickey Woods banged in, got the touchdown, and now it's a 20-7 game as Doug Flutie leads the Patriot offense. New England in the lead. Stevens breaks a tackle. tackle at the 20 and gets ahead for a gain of 5 yards. A very big series for the Bengal defense as they look to stop and get a punt.
There were 2 missed tackles there at the line of scrimmage. 57 Reggie Williams and Lewis Phillips 24. The Patriots have found a spot in this Bengal defense where they believe that they can gain consistent yards. Stevens now 10 carries, 37 yards. He's been their leading rusher in 5 of the 6 games the New England Patriots have played in '88.
Right now with 2nd and 4 coming up. Bodie could be looking to the run again as in motion goes Irving Fryer, and this is Perryman running the ball. He's caught, breaks away, gets very close to a first down. Looks like he has one. There is a marker down.
Another missed tackle holding offense. Another missed tackle in the backfield by Eddie Edwards.
Say those Bears let all those expensive players leave. They're going to 6-1 after today. Washington, after a tight game early with the Phoenix Cardinals, now blowing out Phoenix. Indianapolis doing the same to Tampa Bay.
Green Bay over Minnesota.
There is Wilcox, who's had a very good year at free safety for the Bengals, but as you see, has an injured right shoulder. That Ray Horton.
Ray Horton is his replacement. Will they throw 2nd down and 12?
Horton, a former starter. Pitch back to John Stevens. Bengal defenders in position to force him wide and out. Very little gain on a 2nd down and 14 play.
An entire defensive change now for Cincinnati. 5 players come off the field, 5 players go on.
Bengal defenders, Jason Buck, number 99 at right end. He was a #1 draft choice a year ago out of Brigham Young. Had a tremendous game against the Jets last week. New England's converted only 1 of 5 previous 3rd down attempts. And this is a tough call. 3rd down and 12 for Flutie and the Patriots. Hands in the pocket, but his pass is errant as he tries to hit Dupart on a square out of the backfield. And so the Patriots will have to punt the ball from deep in their own end. And the Bengals, with 3:25 left in the 3rd quarter, down 20-7, will get the ball back in relatively good field position.
Flutie's numbers not very good today. He's 3 for 5, 62 yards on the day. And I think 35 of them came on 1 completion.
The one big hit. Now Eddie Brown is back deep. That's Fiegels, the punter for New England. Eddie Brown standing just short of midfield. Now he moves up to the midfield line. Fiegels stands in, almost blocked. Well hit punt, very high. Brown will signal for and make a fair catch at his 41-yard line. And that is where Boomer Esiason and the Bengals will go on offense when we come back to Foxborough. Ready to go now with 3:17 to play in the 3rd quarter. Don with Bob Trumpy at Sullivan Stadium. The Bengals, who scored 81 points in their last 2 games total against the Raiders and Jets, only 7 so far today. They're down 20-7. Here's a throw and a catch. Upfield for a first down. As tight end Rodney Holman out of Tulane makes the catch over the middle. Good for a gain of 10 yards and a first down.
On that last pass thrown by Doug Flutie, his size has been well documented. Close to 5'10", but watch this. Find the quarterback. Now, Reggie Dupart is the receiver. One of the problems you have with a quarterback that's not tall, you can't find him. Now, Dupart's looking in there. The ball's slightly overthrown, but quarterback who is under 5'10" can get lost behind those big fellas.
Dyson 6'4". He was too tall in the first half, maybe. 4 interceptions. They were blocking his, too. Rod McSwain makes the tackle on Stanley Wilson. On a first down carry, Wilson is down. They'll spot the ball at the 40, inside the 45-yard line of the Patriots. 2:36 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Wilson, 5 carries, 25 yards, and that group right there has accounted itself very well today, with the exception of 1 drive, one that the Bengals just scored on.
Both teams widely penalized. New England called for 5 for 73 yards, Cincinnati for 6 for 39 yards. Wilson takes it down to the 42-yard line. That 15-yard personal foul call against McGrew was a big part of the touchdown drive as the Bengals went 80 yards their last possession.
Tim Goad that time makes the tackle on Stanley Wilson. Bengals trying to protect the ball as best they possibly can. New England now running a very conservative defense, not blitzing, not doing anything. 3rd down and 3 or 4 here.
Bengals came in averaging 405 yards a game offense, but they've been held down today.
4-man rush.
On 3rd and 4, Esiason looks over the middle. He'll take it himself. He'll get the first down and more as he slides to a halt at the 26-yard line. Tim Jordan tripped him up, but it's a first down carry by the quarterback Esiason, and the Bengal drive stays alive. And if they can take it in, they'll be right back in this game, as we're now down to 1.5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. That was a 16-yard run by Esiason.
That's one thing that Esiason has not done today on a regular basis. You see 21, he takes Rembert out of there. 52, and when that happens, Esiason not afraid to run. Big, strong, will put his head in there, picks up the first down, keeps the drive alive.
Like a goalie out of the crease, though, boy, those linebackers come a-hunting when that quarterback's on the run. It's their free shot at him. Big rush by Rembert. Here's a throw, and it is a touchdown play. Beautifully done by Eddie Brown and Boomer Esiason. Rod McSwain covering on the play. Eddie looks like he injured an ankle.
Or a toe or something.
10 seconds to recover. What a play. He's averaging over 25 yards a catch coming in. That his 5th touchdown reception. And all of a sudden, this game has turned around dramatically as the Bengal offense finally gets untracked in the 3rd quarter.
Esiason's 16th touchdown pass of the season. Brown runs the simple in. McSwain giving him too much yardage off. That's the spot where Ronnie Lepet was. McSwain comes in. Good play action fake. The inside is open, and Esiason puts it right on the numbers.
All of a sudden here at Foxborough, after that decibel record roar to stop the drive for a time, the silence is deafening as the extra point is good by Jim Breach. It's a 20-14 game. Sam White Bengals getting back in the game now after trailing 20-0. They're down 20-14, scoring on their last 2 possessions. An excellent throw right on the numbers to Eddie Brown. Esiason with a 16th touchdown pass, and the kickoff by Lee Johnson is out of the end zone on the fly.
Don, this is a great play action fake by the Cincinnati Bengals. Watch the linebackers held right at the line of scrimmage. 59 Vincent Brown. A great job by the offensive line, almost run action. They go down the field, and then Brown, McSwain's not even close. The ball's thrown decently anywhere inside Eddie Brown. He's going to make the reception. 5 plays, 59 yards, 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Now the onus on the Bengals defense. Stop the New England Patriots on this drive.
Flutie on a blind roll. On the run, heading for the 12th man, and he gets out of bounds very close to a first down. Looks like he has one. 11-yard gain.
You're going to see that a lot. For the remainder of this quarter and the 4th, you're going to see that a bunch in my estimation.
Houston now up 25-7 on an Alan Pinkett touchdown run. Chicago continues to lead Dallas. Washington's young quarterback Mark Ripien has thrown for 4 touchdowns today. Redskins also have a safety. They lead Phoenix. Flutie's run the ball 5 times for 48 yards. 9.5 yards a try, and now it's Flutie backpedals and lobs up the middle. It goes to John Stevens on a first down play. He's ahead for close to 5 yards. Carl Zander, an inside linebacker, stopped him.
Patriots not throwing the ball down the field very much at all today. 1 time for a completion, and I can make that 2 times for completions. The offense is called for Flutie to throw the very high percentage passes. They have not turned the ball over. And now with 2nd and 4, there's the 3. Grogan on the left, Berry in the middle, Eason on the right. We've seen nothing of Tom Ramsey in that brain trust. And it's the end of the 3rd quarter.
And That is it. Third quarter winds down and out. At the end of 3 quarters of play, the score is the Patriots 20, the Bengals 14. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station. We've got a good one going now in Foxborough, where the Patriots' once 20-0 lead has been cut to a 6-point advantage. And they put some excitement back in the extra point here, Trump.
Yeah, they missed one. They missed one, and that gives the Bengals their chance. But this is the series of the ball game. The Bengal defense must stop the Patriots here, keep them from scoring, and then give the ball back to the offense. And there's a big hit.
Carl Zander did some stopping there. Number 91, a Tennessee linebacker, filling the gap and making the head-on shot on Perryman.
Now this is where the Flutie factor comes into being. 14:45 to go. Fourth quarter, up by 6 points. You got a 3rd down and 5.
Having trouble on 3rd downs now.
Haven't converted one in their last 4 tries, but I look for Flutie here on the bootleg. He's the one big guy now, the trump card here.
Setting in the shotgun as you see 3rd down and 4. On the spread out, pitch goes to Perryman, and he has it. He got a 1st down. So the Patriots get innovative on offense. They haven't often, they haven't needed to so far today. But now that their lead is challenged, they go to the quick pitch to the up-back Perryman, and he takes it ahead on a 3rd and 4 for a gain of 5 yards and a 1st down.
Barney Bussey makes the tackle. This is a shovel pass. There's no jeopardy. It's a pass. If it's dropped, it's simply an incomplete pass. A personal escort there. Ron Wooten, 61 with a big block. Drive stays alive for New England. Watch Flutie here.
Flutie with a very quick drop, and he needs one. Doug Flutie throwing on the run, makes the connection to his tight end. Lynn Dawson, a free football will rule if the play was stopped. It probably was. As Felcher, who can separate Godzilla from a football, knocked it away from Dawson, but the whistle had blown.
To the Patriots' credit, they have not turned the ball over today. Tyson on the sideline, his offense has turned it over 5 times. That's the only reason the Patriots are in this game. They have not gained a lot of yards. Flutie now 6 of 9, or 83 on the afternoon. And there's the offensive coordinator, Steve Grogan, calling the play.
Tremendous player for a lot of years. Gets hurt, comes back, and delivers again. Straight ahead, Stevens, both arms on the ball. Nicely done by the offensive line. Babb, the center, firing out. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League. It is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the New England Patriots and the National Football League is prohibited. The game is the property of the National Football League, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the New England Patriots. All rights are reserved. So on the carry by the rookie Stevens, the Patriots get 1st down. Clock running, 12:10 to play in the game. New England holding to a 6-point lead. Flutie, who's wanted to stay in the pocket more, throws the strike to Cedric Jones. You remember that play worked well earlier, the crossing pattern. Lewis Phillips makes the tackle, but it's a 12-yard gain, and now as they let Flutie open up the offense, he makes some big plays.
Look like man coverage by the Bengals, trying to commit as many people to the line of scrimmage as they can to stop the run. You can see there's a free safety, but Cedric Jones gets inside Lewis Phillips. Flutie puts it right on the money. Nice completion. Again, keeping the drive alive. Any points the New England Patriots get here. Any points. They'll take any points they can get. Field goal, fine.
Field goal means they'd have to score 2 touchdowns to win. Touchdown on the field goal. Another marker's down as the quick throw goes to the tight end. Lynn Dawson. Carl Zander hit him. There's a game that's about the 12th penalty overall in this game.
Number 68 offense. A shot.
They got the offense on that. The center, Mike Babb, who's been one of the best players in an offensive line this year for the Patriots after coming over in a trade with Cleveland. Cleveland's offensive line was decidedly poor once he left. He tied together a lot of things.
What we got in here now? Dupart comes in. Sam White's the head coach. He deals with the offense. Dick LeBeau, the defensive coordinator. Once again now, how do you factor in Flutie here? You call his number on a rollout?
He's been taking straight drops more. End up. Perryman tries to go wide. There's nothing there. He lost about 5 yards. So on a 1st and 20 play, there's a 5 or 6 yard loss. Now it's going to be 2nd down and 26 as Reggie Williams came in, the 13-year veteran. The Cleveland Browns getting back into the race in the AFC Central, and they should be getting Kosar back before long. Giants, after trailing 10-7, now up big over Detroit. Packers extend their lead over the favored Vikings.
Nickel package in now for the Bengals. That means deep drops.
He's hit his last 4 passes, Doug Flutie. Needs a long one here, and he throws one. He's got him in. Down to the 22-yard line. It's short of a 1st down on a 2nd and 25 throw, but it's good for a 21-yard gain. Irving Fryer finally makes his presence felt.
Single coverage, Eric Thomas. Good protection. Flutie can see right down the field. Excellent job. The ball should be coming right at you. He puts it right on the numbers. Fryer has to come back for it. He's just short of the 1st down. 3rd down now, about 4. And now the Patriots right back in field goal range for Garcia. Hang on to the football here.
Flutie now has hit his last 5 passes.
Blitz.
Wide open. Cedric Jones. 1st down Patriots. He's down to the 11-yard line. Tell you one thing Flutie can do. He can set up faster than anybody in the league. Elway doesn't set up that fast.
12 yards on the completion. It looked like the Bengals were coming with a deep drop zone. Lewis Billups was about 5 yards off. Cedric Jones just runs the hitch, and it's there.
He is quick.
Flutie.
Yeah.
Yes, no question about that. That's one thing that no one's ever denied he had. Great quickness. Cedric Jones now his 3rd catch of the day for 60 yards. Now it's back to the run.
Flutie wisely throws it away. Hit the ball boy in the far corner, the only guy open. Receivers were blanketed.
It's rather surprising to this point in the game. Patriots have run the ball so very, very much. And now here, when the only thing that can hurt them is a fumble or an interception, Steve Grogan calls the pass. Flutie now 9 of 13, 128 yards.
Flutie and Cedric Jones have been hitting them pass-catch combinations. They're very close friends. And right now, Doug Flutie sprints out. Here comes the rush as Flutie goes up the middle and gets on a 2nd and 10 play a loss of about 3 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 13 for the 1st down. 3rd and about 16 for the touchdown.
McClendon on the stop, and that was a design rollout. Keep the ball in Flutie's hands. There was defense well by Cincinnati. There were a lot of people out there to make the tackle.
8 minutes left to play in the game. Doug Flutie starting for the 1st time as a Patriot at Sullivan Stadium, where he started as a collegian so many times for Boston College. Leading the offense, Teddy Garcia, the place kicker. He's a 1st-year player from Northeast Louisiana. As his team right now holds to a 6-point lead. Garcia missed an earlier extra point. But the Patriots are controlling the clock now as it is running down to 7:35 and ticking. 20-14, New England over favored Cincinnati.
4 wide receivers. Tutu in the backfield.
Hit on that crossing pattern. The Cedric Jones on plays like this. Here's a blitz. They pick it up. Flutie looks. He throws into the end zone. Incomplete to Cedric Jones, but there's a marker down. I tell you, when guys in this league come on the blitz, it's frightening, isn't it, how fast they are? That safety came in. Penalty call is going to go against Cincinnati.
Automatic 1st down.
See the high five. That was Barney Bussey on the blitz. That's a catchable ball to Cedric Jones. Kind of lost its spiral a little bit, but that's a catchable ball. I think the penalty was called on Ricky Dixon, 29, holding. Automatic first down.
Flutie now for the game has thrown the ball 13 times. He's completed 9 for 128 yards. He has not been intercepted. To the contrary, his counterpart Boomer Esiason was intercepted 4 times in the first half. End off, looking for room to run. There's nothing there as Scow closes in, makes the stop on Robert Perryman. Jim Scow, not a big defensive lineman, but very quick. Tough to block. Cornhusker from Nebraska as Garcia continues to get ready. Hoping that next time he's called out, it'll be for a point after.
He too from Nevada, Las Vegas, just like Ickey Woods at the Bengals. I take that back. Northeast Louisiana. Not Nevada, Las Vegas. Northeast Louisiana.
Second and 10 for the first down, 11 for the touchdown. Dupard turns outside. He's going in. Dupard gets the touchdown signal. He hit the upright, the pylon that signals touchdown, a 10-yard run, 10.5 yards, and a touchdown. And so the Patriots are challenged by the Bengals, and they respond with an extended drive and now go in front. 26-14 with 6:26 to play.
That was very impressive. That was an 80-yard drive. This orange cone you see at the corner of the end zone is in the end zone and inbounds. Dupard's second TD of the day. Whoops, wait a minute, that's very close. At fast speed, it's very difficult for officials to see whether or not the guy is inbounds or out of bounds. It looked like his knee hit the sideline before he got in the end zone. See if there's going to be a replay. I do believe they are reviewing that, Don. Now watch once again. Watch his leg. The hit is made by Barker.
Touchdown.
Boy, that's a 9-minute drive to this point, whether it's he scores or not.
9:33.
Impressive. 80 yards. Why do you say that's a touchdown?
He bounced the ball down the end zone before his knee hit down.
Ooh.
Will you accept that?
That's as tough a call.
After review by instant replay, the call stands. Touchdown.
You were right.
Well, you know, it's...
Let your mommy dead.
But see, the thing is that the end line has no priority out of the against the out of bounds marker.
Right.
So if you are on the out of bounds marker, here's the extra point.
Well, it would have made it first and goal even where he was.
Yeah, agreed.
So the extra point is good, and now the Patriots are back up by 13, and they'll kick it off when we come back. Brock Peet hits up after that TD. Dancing fools out there.
They've not done much this season.
They have all the season.
They had 9 minutes and 33 seconds. Bengals need 2 touchdowns to get back in this game.
The first half, Ickey Woods of the Bengals had 1 yard rushing. 80 and 1 yard, and then he had 84 yards. What does that thing mean? I have no idea what you've written to me there. Here's the kickoff downfield, and the knockdown is made at the 20-yard line.
Ickey Woods had 84 yards rushing in the first half. In the second half, he's got 1.
And here comes Boomer Esiason. Out to try to throw the long ball as Flutie checks in on his coaches, who must be well pleased. Getting ready for Halloween in Foxborough. And for a win, which they hadn't had here in a while. Esiason with the long ball, and he had a man open. On the fly was Tim McGee, the fastest Bengal. Hands on it, but couldn't hold on.
game is brought to you by Budweiser. Beats with age for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. By Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? And by the good time, great taste of McDonald's.
Esiason's numbers not close to Flutie's when you look at those 4 interceptions, and Flutie has none. Esiason 13 for 21 for 161 yards, and the TD throw to Eddie Brown. Deep drop. On the run goes Boomer Esiason up the middle of the field. As they look to nail him, and they do, as there's a hard hit put on by Bowman at the 30. A 10-yard gain, though, by Esiason. On a 2nd and 10 play, we'll see if he got the nose of the ball to the 30. He's just a foot short of it, so it'll be 2nd and a foot, 3rd and a foot. Time very much a factor, though, as you see it wind down. 5:40 to play. Splits the receiver, Rodney Holman, from the ball.
That was a great job by Rodney Holman to make sure that Rembert didn't come up with the interception. That ball is thrown more to Rembert than it is Holman. Now, Holman releases from the line of scrimmage. Rembert's looking right at him. Now watch, that ball is to Rembert. Look at Holman. He knocks that ball away. It's an interception. 4th down and a foot.
Rembert intercepted the first of the day. You remember on the opening drive by the Bengals, and that was turned into the touchdown. 4th down and a foot. Stanley Wilson breaks it out across the 40 to the 41-yard line. So he has a 1st down. But the Bengals need big plays, and they need them fast as the game clock is winding down. 5:15 to play. The Bengals need 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points. They've converted now twice, Trump, on 4th down tries. 2 for 2. They have no alternative now but to go. They'll be throwing deep. They pick up the blitz nicely. Here's a pass to Eddie Brown. Look at that catch by Brown. What a player. And a penalty marker comes in after the play.
Claiborne, the man in coverage. How Brown catches that ball and still keeps his feet in is beyond me. 24 yards, and I believe Claiborne grabbed his face mask. It'll be added on to the...
A 5-yard face mask penalty. We'll tack on from the end of the catch. 5 yards.
Look at that. Concentrate on the ball. Know exactly where that sideline is. Deaden your legs. Make the 24-yard completion. 5-yard penalty. 29-yard pickup. Clock stopped.
4:55 to play. Underdog New England 27. Cincinnati 14. Open man is Rodney Holman. Takes on a tackler, Jordan, but he's down to the 16-yard line. A gain of 14 yards on the play and a 1st down.
Bengals hustling people onto the field. McGee, Brown, Ira Hillary out. Collinsworth out. Drive started at their 20.
This Holman is a very underrated player. He blocks and he makes big catches.
If you're New England, do you blitz here? They don't.
They stand back as Esiason gets time to the end zone. It's a touchdown. Eddie Brown off the flank comes up with his 2nd TD catch of the day, beating Gibson. So Brown now with 6 touchdown receptions for the year, a 16-yarder. And the Bengals get right back in it. They'll be down by 6 again with 4:17 to play if the extra point is good.
Brown fakes the in route. Watch him turn in. Gibson bites. And then he goes back out. Plenty of time for Boomer Esiason to throw the ball. Gibson badly beaten. And that drive didn't take long. 4:17 left. Bengals trail 27-20.
Breach drills the extra point. And it is now a 27-21 game. The Patriot lead again cut to 6. Flutie goes on offense.
7. Raiders 14, Kansas City 10.
27-21 is the count. The Patriots lead again cut to 6. They'll get the ball back as Cincinnati goes down the field on an extended drive with Esiason now 16 for 25 and 215 yards, 2 TDs. 4 interceptions, though, all coming in the 1st half. Marvin Allen runs it back to about the 18-yard line. So the special teams play is good by the Bengals. Mark Logan was down to make the play.
Last time Flutie and the offense had the ball, they kept it for 9 minutes and 33 seconds. They scored the touchdown. Numbers not terribly impressive. The most important thing for the Patriots, they have not turned the ball over.
Not once all day. That's right.
Now a defense is set up to stop 10 men. The 11th is the quarterback.
First down call for Doug Flutie. He goes to the run. Nothing there, and there's a penalty marker also as John Stevens is ripped hard going straight at the Bengals. Crumry, who's in on play after play at nose tackles, stuck him first. Jason Buck was also on the play.
Offsides defense. 3-5 yards.
99 defense lined up in a neutral zone.
So instead of 2nd and 10, they started off on offside.
Jason Buck lined up.
So he got there fast. Instead of 2nd and 10, it's 1st and 5 for Flutie and the Patriots.
This is where the choice of Doug Flutie as the starting quarterback today appears to be very, very intelligent. Because now the defense not only must keep track of Perriman and Stevens, but also Doug Flutie.
Hard run on first down, resulting in only a 2-yard gain by Stevens, as again Crumry got him. Crumry was a 10th round draft choice out of Wisconsin. And he's as good as there is.
Now to take inventory here, the New England Patriots going to take all the time they possibly can on every snap, and the Bengals have to start using some of their timeouts before that 2-minute warning. They both have all timeouts left. And the only way the defense can stop the clock in the NFL is for taking a timeout. The offense has several ways to stop it.
Down and 2, and looks like he might have gotten there close enough perhaps to measure if he did not, as Leon White came up to make the play on John Stevens, the 220-pound first-year runner for the Patriots. Stevens has gained 51 yards and 15 carries.
That's a first down.
Hard yards.
Cincinnati timeout. It's a 40-second timeout.
Bengals take a timeout. Coach White waiting for his club to get the ball back as the NFL season reaches its midpoint next Sunday. Join NBC Sports for an NFL doubleheader. Kickoff today at 12:30 Eastern Time with NFL Live. Then a couple of divisional rivalries. Highlight our early games when the Oilers go against the Bengals at Cincinnati. The Patriots square off against the Bills at Buffalo. And in the second half, some of you will see the Jets battle the Dolphins. Others, Seattle go against the Rams at Anaheim. Plus regional action. Check your local listings for the games and time in your area. And tonight, of course, at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, it's Game 2 of the 1988 World Series, with the Dodgers leading 1-0 on Gibson's 9th-inning home run last night.
How about the Dodgers? Are they Destiny's darlings in this series?
So far.
Good gravy. 2 out, 0-2. Outside slider hit for a home run, pulled to right field. Dodgers win by Kirk Gibson.
Right now, the Patriots are looking to hold on to win. Coming in with a 2-4 record, they go to the run, straight up the middle, and the carries out to about the 32-yard line by John Stevens. Mike Babb, the center. Sean Farrell and Ron Wooten, the guards. Trevor Manich and Bruce Armstrong are the tackles.
Another timeout taken by Cincinnati. They'll use the 2-minute warning as another timeout if they can stop New England. Now's the spot where if you're New England, you got to take a chance. And again, I keep saying this, and it hasn't happened. But this is where Doug Flutie now puts the New England offense at a tremendous advantage with his ability to run. Anytime he can fake into the line to the running backs, and on a keeper, he is difficult to defend.
So that Flutie factor is now looking like a positive.
Very much so. Clock is stopped. 2:32.
They win for the Browns today as they beat the Eagles.
But they lost Webster Slaughter, I heard you say, to a broken arm.
For the season, Webster Slaughter goes out. Washington's found a quarterback in Mark Ripien, 4 touchdown passes today. Green Bay looking to beat the Vikings at Minneapolis after destroying the Patriots 45-3 last Sunday for Packers' first win of the year. Stevens goes wide. Look at Ray Horton go over and get him. On a second down play, 2nd and 7, there's a gain of just a couple of yards.
And he goes out of bounds. He stops the clock. When you're trying, in the latter stages of a football game, you do not fight for inches to save seconds. You got to stay in bounds. You make the Bengals make a choice. Do you take another timeout, or do you let the clock run down to the 2-minute warning?
3rd down comes up. It's a tough call for Flutie.
You got to stay in bounds on that play, even if you lose yards.
Yep. Well, he did stop the clock with 2:26 to play. New England in the lead by 6 points, 27-21. Patriots with 3rd down to convert only 3 of 8 so far. Flutie lobs it downfield and makes the connection to Lynn Dawson. He's running free. Lynn Dawson is finally run down by linebacker Charles Zander. But it's a big gainer, and all of a sudden the Patriots are out of jail and in field goal range. But they're using 4 new downs before they try any of that. 37-yard gain on a pass play.
Charles Zander finally makes the tackle. And the 2-minute warning. No, it's not the 2-minute warning. The Bengals took a timeout, so the clock will stop again.
The clock is down again here.
I didn't know they had buses into New England. They're going to put 5 seconds back on the clock. It'll be 2:05 left, so the Bengals do take a timeout. It's not the 2-minute warning. And that was a huge play.
Sure was. 37 yards, even bigger than that. So Flutie with some very impressive numbers today, and perhaps most importantly, he has not turned the ball over.
It's going to be 2:05, not 2:50, 2:05.
The Bengals aren't arguing to change that. There it is. No sooner said that 2:05 is what is left in the game. New England 27, Cincinnati 21. The Patriots looking to break the 6-game win streak of Cincinnati.
I pretty much got them now. Bengals are out of timeouts. There's 2:05 left. The clock is going to stop once at 2 minutes.
Long time to go in the season. Patriots conceivably could get right back in the race. They go to Buffalo, the divisional leader, next Sunday. Now Flutie sets himself and his team with a 1st and 10 play coming up. The 28-yard line of Cincinnati. Flutie with taking advantage of the Bengals' inability to stop the clock, but the 2-minute warning will stop it. They get down to 2 minutes left to play.
Now once again that big play by the New England Patriots. It's a roll, and the Bengals have a man out there. I'm not sure he's going to come in the picture. Yes, he does. But the great pass thrown to Lynn Dawson, the tight end. David Fulcher almost tips it away. And Dawson is eventually tackled by Carl Zander. It ends up being a huge 34-yard pickup that basically kills most of the options for the Bengals. They now have no timeouts left. 2 minutes left in the football game. And the Patriots leading by 6 points.
So right now the Cincinnati Bengals have to get into that get the ball defense.
Strip it.
I think Flutie's acquitted himself very well, though.
Yes.
He looks like he's come of age in the NFL. He quarterbacked a win earlier, and this is going to be a very big moment in his pro career because he's the established QB here now.
Yeah, Don, I said at the outset of this game, I thought that the pressure they had put on Doug Flutie to perform today was probably more than he could handle. But the manner in which the Bengals kind of self-destructed in the first half and the way that the New England Patriots have protected the ball throughout this football game, it's resulted in this opportunity for the New England Patriots to really light up the headlines around the country by stopping the Bengals' 6-game winning streak. And now, I'll tell you one other thing. This really puts the Bengals in a bind. They have 3 straight games beginning next week against AFC Central Division opponents. And all of a sudden, the talk of that 6-game winning streak kind of goes down the drain.
Well, but it's not a bad start from 4-11 last year. And they're not done yet. I'll tell you one thing, they scored very fast the last time they got the ball, if they can get the ball back here. But let's see what happens. We're going to go to it right now as Doug Flutie comes out to the huddle with 2 minutes left to play. No timeouts for Cincinnati. The Patriots have 3, and they won't be using any.
Yeah, well, you mentioned a good start for Cincinnati. Yeah, for them to be in this ball game at all, trailing by 6 points with 2 minutes to go in the game after 5 turnovers in the first half is rather remarkable. And I don't think Boomer Esiason is going to have many days when he has 4 interceptions. 3 of them tipped, but 4 interceptions.
2nd down and 9 for New England. It'll be 3rd down and 8 as Flutie calls his own number again just to keep the clock running.
Well, now, wait a minute. Now, the Bengals are going to get the ball back with this approach by New England. There's going to be time on the clock.
Well, they're going to try a field goal before that happens. That would mean they'd have to score 3 times.
Well, I don't know if you want to try a field goal, because if it's blocked, the Bengals faced this situation last year against San Francisco and lost the game after leading 26-20 with very little time left on the clock.
I don't think Trumpy give the ball to Esiason in that offense, though, with downing it 4 times. He can go the long field very quickly as the game clock, as you see, down to 1:14 and running.
The Bengals are going to get the ball back here. 1:08, 30 seconds are going to expire. It's now 4th down, and Ray Berry, Steve Grogan, and everybody is over there. Now what do we do? Now what do we do?
Well, you don't hurry if you're the Patriots, and they're not. The Bengals powerless to stop the clock.
There's going to be like 15 seconds, it looks like, left on the clock if they let it expire all the way. Now, the clock will stop on the change of possession. Apparently, they're going to let it go down to
Flutie's level to take off and go the wrong way and run around the field out there.
They're going to let it expire. All right, that's 23 seconds left. 4th down and 9.
So there's a break in the action with 23 seconds left to play, and we'll be back to Foxborough. The field goal kicker comes out, Garcia. As we have 23 seconds left to play, Tom Ramsey's the holder. 27-21 is the count. The Patriots, an underdog, are the leader. Here is the field goal try. It is plenty long.
No.
It's wide, and so we're going to have a very active final 19 seconds. As Cincinnati, with the strong arm Boomer Esiason, takes over the ball with no timeouts. 1st and 10 now for the Bengals, and the ball will be positioned at the 25-yard line.
Boy, the New England Patriots have just given mouth-to-mouth resuscitation to Cincinnati. Just giving him the ball there. Garcia with Ray Berry. The field goal would have certainly put it out of reach.
Thanks to our spotters, Greg Madden, Phil Lynch, to our statistician, Bill George, as we're down to 19 seconds to play. And it'll be Boomer Esiason showing how strong that left arm is as he drops. Here's the rush. Esiason swings it out now. With the ball is Stanley Wilson. Cuts to the outside. He is out of bounds with 12 seconds to play. A field goal is useless to the Bengals.
And Don, with the injuries to the New England Patriots backfield earlier in the ball game, they're stuck with going with 4 defensive backs: Claiborne, Marion, Bowman, and Gibson. They can't put a 5th or 6th defensive back in.
I tell you, Carl Lewis couldn't get by that deep back, though. He's playing so far off the ball.
Bill Walsh had a play one time. It was called the hook and lateral.
I remember Miami doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
San Diego. Way on. Esiason drops, stands in. He takes a look. Again, he must dump off, and Stanley Wilson heads to the sideline with 5 seconds to play. Our thanks to our producer, Kenneth Edmondson, and our director, Bob Levy. And now it's time for the Most Valuable Player Award, sponsored by Budweiser. Today's MVP is Doug Flutie of the New England Patriots. Budweiser will make a contribution to the United Way on behalf of all the MVPs selected in today's games. Well done by a folk hero in New England.
The legend of Flutie continues, grows.
10 of 14 passes he's thrown, completed 10 of 14 for 165 yards. No interceptions, and he's rushed 5 times for 50 yards.
Remember when Doug Flutie threw one of these against Miami in the Orange Bowl? Now it's Esiason's turn. The Hail Mary.
Where's Gerard Phelan? Here is the long ball, indeed, all the way down. It's going to be picked off. Intercepted, and that will do it. Final play of the game. And the Patriots hold on to hand the Bengals their first loss of the season. Led by Doug Flutie, getting his first start as a Patriot at Sullivan Stadium. The Patriots come out of their funk, their slump, and they beat the best team in the NFL through the first 6 weeks, 27-21. So that is the story as the Patriots build up a substantial lead, 20-0. And then New England saw the Bengals rally back to 20-14. Then it was 27-14, and then 27-21. And after 6 turnovers today, the final one on that long throw, that is the deal, and the Patriots win. For Bob Trumpy, this is John Cricky. Once again, the final score: the New England Patriots 21, the Cincinnati Bengals 20. The Patriots 27, the Bengals 21. We'll continue to review the action of today's game.